Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Gladiators on the Basement Show with Mr. Knast. I am Mr. Knast, here with Mr. Ron tonight. How's it
Hi,
going,
everybody.
Ron?
How you doing?
If anyone just pops in, I did tweak the intro a little bit. Ron, what do you think?
Actually, I missed out on it because I had my screen someplace it wasn't supposed to be.
Oh, okay. So I guess you have to go back watch it like everybody else who
Yeah.
missed it also. So
I absolutely will.
I decided to tweak it a little bit and just have some more gladiator type theme to it. So
Gotcha.
we'll see what happens. But this is Sports Gladiators on Monday Night Show where we normally talk about football, but with it being the football off season, football discussion gets limited, and Ron knows a lot about baseball, so we sometimes talk about baseball as well. So I know there's a couple people that had issues already over the weekend with this new pitch clock and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. How the heck do you have bases loaded, 3-2 count with 2 outs, and you call a pitch clock violation and end the inning? I was like flabbergasted. I was like, I can't believe that they did that.
I got that notification on the ESPN app, and it said, "This is mayhem." I was like, what did I miss? When I had a chance, I watched it. I was like, wow, they really called the game like that because of the pitch running out.
Yep.
That's crazy. I mean, I get it. They're trying to speed up the game and all, but do you really need to?
Yeah, I don't know if they had to quite go there, but they did.
Because somebody, I think it was John Boy. I don't know if you ever watch any of his stuff. He does like the voiceovers and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was saying how in the 2 games he watched so far this year, the average went down from 3 hours and 6 minutes down to 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
With this new timer and stuff. That's a big drop. I mean.
Yeah, it is. It's significant.
I mean, but if you're going to have games like deciding on that, teams are going to get really mad really quick.
Yeah, for sure. I think you'll definitely have that going on. But at least they knew it was coming. I mean, it isn't like it was a big surprise to anybody.
That is true. I mean,
yeah.
The pitch clock, the batter clock, they said the bases are bigger. I haven't seen what a new size base looks like. I don't know how you can make a base pad bigger.
Yeah, they made it bigger by about 3 inches on each side, actually.
Now,
so they're saying it actually you'll actually have more stolen bases, is what they're saying, because you're able to get more of the bag and hang on to it. So I mean, that was one of the main features, I think, was stolen bases.
Okay. I mean, then you had touched on the defensive shift changing.
Yep. Yeah, so, no more shift.
That's going to be a crazy thing to get used to in a way. What else did I see that was new? I mean, a whole bunch of stuff, really, but like just the simple stuff that people had noticed.
Yeah, I mean, the pitch clock and the shift thing are blatant. You know, there's some other little subtle stuff, I'm sure, that will come up, you know, as we get the season going.
Yeah, that's also true. What really surprised me, I don't know if you follow Manny Machado at all. He said, I'm going to opt out of my contract, and then this week he opts back in for another 11 years, $350 million.
Yeah, it was a negotiating tactic, I think.
Like, I don't understand the concept of that. Like, you say you're done with the team, but then less than a week later, you're re-signing and getting a boatload more money.
Well, it's because San Diego didn't think he was serious about leaving, and then once he stated his intentions, they had to, kind of get their feet moving and get it done because they've been stalling the negotiations.
Now, his original contract, is that still all guaranteed?
Yes.
So, in a sense, he's going to get almost $700 million from the Padres.
Oh, no. He won't get double dip. It's merely it's kind of like an extension, so it won't actually kick in until the regular contract expires.
Ah, so
that was my understanding.
Okay.
No, it's not a 22-year contract.
I hope not. I mean, we have another Bobby Bonilla situation.
Yeah, well, I don't think there'll ever be another Bobby Bonilla situation, but that was just genius.
Yeah, kind of crazy if you ask me, but
yeah, Bobby Bonilla Day, love it.
Every July 1st, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah,
and he opens $1 million check.
Must be nice. I mean,
yeah.
Just imagine that waking up every July 1st for the last 20 plus years. Payday.
yeah, exactly. Just $1 million. And
then there's
check my email and see if it went in the bank.
Yeah. And then there's another player I read on that list that the Mets are still paying too. It's not as significant, but it was like some type of pitcher or something. He's getting paid out like $37,000 or something.
Yeah, there was somebody else. I forget who it was. Right off the top of my head, but
hashtag I'm here for DJ Scoop.
Hey,
I guess nice. You know who that's for.
Absolutely. Hi, Morgan.
You gotta come back on another night. DJ Scoop's having a night off, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll pop in tomorrow night because Morgan didn't know what to do for Tuesday night. I was like, oh, well, we can just tell jokes and have fun. So.
Well, fun's always fun.
Yeah, she says, hi, gents.
Nice.
No nights off? Nope. Mm-hmm. Not yet. I mean, gotta have some type of structure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah. I mean, Wednesday, since I won't be actually home, I'm still going to do my video game show, but I'm actually going to do a live show at the Flyers game.
Yes, that is correct, Morgan.
John said he was going to stump us on. Hey,
yeah.
Now, well, you want to rewind, Miss Morgan, and go back and watch Friday night. I actually stumped her on.
Yeah, it was some movie that 5 people saw in the box office.
Wow, you're just saying that because she's in the chat.
Yeah.
Come on, Mr. Blockbuster.
No, you got me. You got me a couple times. I admit. I admitted it Friday too.
I know. I was gonna say you're trying to change the story now that Morgan's in
Good
the
job.
chat.
Good job by you, but Friday isn't Tuesday. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
That's fair. I can live with that.
Yep. It's all good.
Well, my comments not popping up on stream. I've seen them on my phone, but not on the site. That's weird. Oh well.
Huh. Strange.
Yeah. I mean, I have Facebook open on my phone, so.
Yeah.
It sometimes takes a minute or two to refresh. Maybe that's what I gotta do. I don't know. But where is everyone? I don't know. Morgan, good question.
It's a good question. I mean,
normally Curtis is in here.
Yeah.
Saying hello to everybody. I know Sam's doing his stream. He's playing Hogwarts tonight. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen your nephew Ken in a while. Hope everything's alright with him. So.
Yeah. Hey. Like you said, we'll. We got a few things to talk about anyway. I guess we'll start with a little bit of Eagles news. I guess we might as well take the little tiny shred of football that we have and talk about the defensive coordinator. Actually, let's talk about the bigger news first. The Washington Commanders releasing Carson Wentz.
Nah, I'm sure everybody saw that coming because his contract was astronomical.
He was set to make $49 million this year.
Yeah. You're not going to pay that to a backup quarterback.
And guess how much his dead cap money is?
For Washington?
Yes.
0.
Absolutely 0. No dead cap hit.
Yeah. Did you see how much they saved?
$26 million.
That's insane.
Thank
you, Howie.
26 million by cutting them now. So it was a no-brainer for Washington for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
You know. Now on the Eagles front, in the search for a defensive coordinator, it looks like we've zeroed in on the candidate.
I heard the guy from Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's correct. Sean Desai, who's the associate head coach at Seattle. He's being called in for a second interview. He was actually the defensive coordinator for the Bears in 2021.
Okay.
The pass defense was rated second in the NFL. They were fourth in sacks, and they were fifth in total yards per game in the NFL. And that's with 1 year with less talent. So if you take the amount of talent that's on this team, and if he translates the same way to this team, I think that's a great choice.
Yeah, very well could be. I mean, the thing that I worry about is I heard he coaches just like Jonathan Gannon.
Oh. Yeah, but then again, he was working with lesser talent too, though.
Okay, but like the whole thing about being the same type of scheme kind of scares me in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you kind of get traumatized when you think about Gannon when he was at his worst. When he was so afraid to give up a big play that he just left the middle of the field wide open. And you're playing a lot of good quarterbacks next year, more so than you did this year. So, yeah, and that's an understatement. They're playing some great quarterbacks this coming season. And if they play that kind of defense, it's not a good formula for success, which we've talked about on many, many occasions.
Yeah, well, you go from the easiest schedule to the hardest schedule.
Yeah.
So I guess you're really going to see what kind of offense you really do have going against teams like Kansas City, Tampa Bay again. You go up to New England next year. You got to go out to Seattle. I mean, it's not going to be a walk in the park.
Yep, that's true.
But it just terrifies me though, because like you go from like I always say Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah,
Like the losing team has that Super Bowl hangover. Does Philly possibly have a chance at seeing that next season?
Oh, absolutely they do. I mean, it all depends on if Nick Sirianni can keep them, with that quote unquote dog mentality.
Yeah.
Go week to week and not worry about the game before. And also, how much talent do we lose? How many people are we able to retain? How many people walk? Which people walk? And
True.
what do we get to replace them? The only thing that really, really scares me right now is that there's way too many people projecting them holding on to that 10 pick and using it on a running back. Now that totally goes against everything the Eagles have ever done.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if all these so-called experts, really have a finger on the pulse of what's going on. The laser.
Dr. Evil style, right?
Yes. Yep.
But
so yeah, that concerns me that there's so many people, and hopefully it's just a smokescreen because I just really can't see it.
No, I mean
that the guy that they're looking at comes from the SEC, but I mean he's not worth the 10th overall pick.
I've heard two. I've heard the Bama running back they're looking at, and then Robinson from Texas.
Texas, yeah. And it's been leaning over the last couple of days more towards Robinson, but there's still a lot of time and still a lot of things that can happen.
Yeah, I think we're a week or two from the combine, so.
Yeah, you got that coming up. That's true, but that's where after the combines when you see some of these high ticket veterans, getting shown the door. Like Wentz is the first of many, I'm sure, over the course of the next few weeks, leading into the draft.
Yeah.
As people get a better idea of what teams get a better idea of what they're going to be targeting in the early rounds.
Plus, with it being in Indianapolis having a top 5 pick, there's still rumors galore about them talking to Chicago and moving up to number 1.
Yeah.
So, could you see possibly some type of deal be negotiated to make that happen relatively soon?
I will be shocked if Chicago makes the number 1 pick. I'm almost certain they're going to trade it. I don't think it'll happen too far in advance of draft day because I think that there's a bidding war going on right now for that pick. I think there's a couple teams that are trying to position themselves to be able to jump into that number 1 spot. And so I think they're just playing them against each other at this point, and they'll wait until the last possible moment. Probably not like right before the pick, but probably within a few days of the pick.
Because obviously, like I said, Chicago, the hot commodity is C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young.
Right.
Even though I read today, Bryce Young is not thrown at the combine, which I think is kind of dumb. But then again, like you're saving yourself for your pro day. I get it. You don't want to take a chance and hurt yourself at the combine when you still have a pro day to come.
Well, you don't want to hurt your stock either. And there's just so many eyes on the quarterbacks in this combine that I think that he maybe is just taking precaution against having a bad day.
That's true.
Going head to head against these other guys that are pretty talented, especially guys like Stroud.
Well, obviously, Stroud and Young will be the first 2 quarterbacks off the board.
Yeah.
And I think if Houston gets leapfrogged by Indianapolis, I think Indianapolis goes C.J. Stroud, and Houston would still go Bryce Young, too.
Yeah.
And then I think Las Vegas picks 7. I saw a mock draft out now having them take Will Levis from Kentucky.
Yeah, who may be the best actual quarterback of the bunch. I mean, a lot of people have him, actually having a better skill set than the top 2 guys, than Stroud and the other guy.
Yeah. Well, my buddy had said Hooker from Tennessee is the best one.
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, he could be in the latter part of the first round or early second round, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I was like, if anything, late first or early second. That's exactly where I put him. So
that's what I think too.
But there's just so many question marks, and like you said, I hope the Eagles don't take a running back 10. I think that'd be a really big mistake.
That'd be a huge mistake,
especially when you have to retool your defense because you're possibility losing 6 out of 11 starters on your defense.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some big holes to fill.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because I think. Go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm just.
No, I was just thinking in my head, like the only ones I can think of that are under contract defensively next year that were starters or close to it are Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, Jordan Davis, Darius Slay. I think that's it. Unless you lock up Gardner Johnson and give him the franchise tag. Other than that, I think the rest of your defense is free agents.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
So
it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, well, first they got to come up with the money.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, another development today that I was just reading about was that Dallas is now very highly likely to give Dak Prescott an extension. And the reason for that is that he is slated this coming season to make about $43 million plus a $6 million signing bonus. And they're thinking that they may re-up him and give him an extension they can free up as much as $22 million by extending him now and kind of kicking the can down the road to free up some money. And then if they part ways with Zeke, which is very likely, that's even more money to free up. And then they're going to go on a little bit of a spending spree to kind of catch up to the crowd, thinking that this is their year to go all in, with the Eagles losing, some key personnel.
Interesting.
So that's come out just in the last few days that they're highly likely to do that.
Got Curtis in the building. Good evening, Curtis. Thanks for popping in tonight.
Hey, Curtis.
But I had heard that they were trying to figure out what to do with Zeke because he's not the same Zeke as he once was, and he's slated to make $23 million this year.
He's got to go. I mean, all loyalty aside, I mean, he really hasn't been effective for like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, Pollard is clearly the guy, and I don't even know if they can keep Pollard. I mean, there's rumors of Pollard moving on. If they decide that they want Zeke and not Pollard, that would be a big mistake. Well, I mean, it'd be good for us, but it'd be bad for Dallas, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. I mean, well, Pollard's coming back from a big injury anyway.
Yeah.
So I think they would rather franchise Pollard, hold on to him, so when he does come back, he's still there as your starter compared to just letting him go. Yeah. And then you lose both your running backs.
This is true.
So, I mean, there's no way around it, really, if honestly you look at it.
No, there's not. But then you got you're going to have a lot of running backs out there in the market. So if they want to just pick somebody up, I mean, primarily, Dallas is a pass first offense now.
Yeah.
So they're going to probably look to maybe save a little money on the side of a running back just because it's not really a key part of their offense.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's not because Dallas has a lot of talent at the wide receiver position. They also got to maybe look at locking up Dalton Schultz, the starting tight end, because if not, he's going to walk.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the free agency period of this year is going to be absolutely bonkers.
I agree with you 100% there. I think that there's some big names out there, and there's some teams that have got some money to spend. So I think it's going to pretty much be a free for all. Yeah. Which means the prices get driven up, which means that it's less and less likely with those teams that are tight on the cap are going to be able to stay in contention for some of these top guys.
I'm very true. Like I had mentioned a couple weeks ago, Chicago holds the number 1 overall pick as of now, and they're projected to have them as $100 million in cap space.
Right.
That's insane. That's like the ultimate gift. Like, okay, we're gonna get the best player in the draft, and we have a boatload of money to get some veterans in around him and build around him.
And we don't need a quarterback. And Chicago doesn't need a quarterback.
A lot of people.
All this talk of them moving on from Justin Fields, it's not happening. It's just not. I think they've hitched a wagon to him now, and I think that they're just going to build around him. He's too young and too talented to let him go at this stage, I think.
True. I mean, you definitely need to get him a number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
you get him a couple of receivers, actually.
Yeah, well, with as much money as you have, sure, you can probably buy 5 or 6 of them.
And I don't think David Montgomery's doing you a lot of favors either.
He's a free agent.
Yeah, so if he walks, you know, maybe you see a guy like a Josh Jacobs end up in Chicago. Yeah, but they got the money to spend.
Well, I'm just saying that's what he would go to Chicago for, is the money.
Yeah, but he could make an impact there. He could definitely be a great addition to that team because he can block.
Yeah.
David Montgomery was not a very good blocker. I mean, too many times Fields was running for his life because, Montgomery misses an assignment on a block and he gets hammered, or he's running for his life.
That's true. Yeah.
You guy like that understands the game a little better, like a Josh Jacobs or another veteran of that ilk, would be a welcome addition to Justin Fields, because he's going to have a little bit of time in the pocket.
True. I think running back free agents is loaded this year.
Oh yeah, it sure is. There's a lot of running backs out there. That's why I'm saying for the Eagles to even consider picking a running back at 10 would be insane.
Yeah, I mean, that was what they need.
If I'm them, I'm looking at a corner or a D tackle or an edge rusher maybe, or maybe an offensive lineman, but not a 10. I mean, I can see them picking up an offensive lineman, maybe with that, maybe second round or third round, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, because the biggest question mark right now on the offensive line is Kelsey coming back, yes or no?
Yeah.
Are you in the running to maybe bring back Salomalo? Can you get Andre Dillard back cheap if you want to bring him back, even though he's a bust?
And all this talk of moving Juergens to guard, that's not going to happen. I mean, Kelsey is – you're not going to have him learn a new position this year and then move him back to center next year. That's not realistic.
Well, they're only saying that is so he would be – if Kelsey was to come back, he could possibly get on the field.
Yeah.
Because you have no guards right now. Like, sure, you have Dickerson, but who's on the other side?
Yeah.
Because all three of your guards are free agents. Dillard's a free agent. Unless you draft one or get lucky and be able to afford one in the free agency aspect of it. Who's your right guard? Or left guard?
Yep.
So there's a lot of question marks. We can do a whole show on the NFL all season once everything gets going with that. Sure, but
yeah. Yep. But now it's baseball season.
Yep.
It's wabbit season.
Rabbit season?
Yes.
No, it's duck season.
It's wabbit season.
Duck season.
Duck season.
Actually, I'm going to make a banner real quick since we're talking about that.
Yeah.
So you can keep talking. I will check this out real quick.
All right. Well, I mean, just looking at the first few games, there's actually been some encouraging signs. I know it's only a couple games in, and I know we have to temper our enthusiasm, especially with Bryce, being out till probably the All-Star break. And then even then, he's going to have to ease back into it. But the Phillies are actually tied for the lead in spring training so far with 8 home runs.
8 home runs in 3 games?
8 home runs in 3 games.
Wow.
So they're tied with the Milwaukee Brewers. And they're 5th in runs scored with 28.
Wow. I heard Trey Turner had a very good first game.
Yep. He had 2 hits. He had 2 hits, he knocked in a run, and he stole a base.
Nice.
And he will be leading off. They've pretty much laid it out there that Turner's going to go 1 and Schwarber's going to go 2.
Okay.
So that looks like that's the way that's going to go.
Yep. I was just writing out the Phillies game we're trying to do.
Oh, okay. Yep.
May 9th, Phillies versus Blue Jays, Dog Night. Trying to see if people who are in the South Jersey, Philly area want to go up. Going to try and do a basement show night. If interested, you can message the Facebook page. I mean, I know I'm definitely going to be there. I got the night off already. Ron's going to be there. Buddy Kevin McGowan's going to chow down hot dogs all night, but he'll be there.
Because we know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Kevin's a fan.
Yeah. But, no, it's just a fun idea we're trying to do to help promote the page out in public. Maybe get a couple new followers. We're at 299. We're that much closer to 300.
Yes.
So, it's just something we had talked about last week, and I think we're going to make it happen, right, Ron?
Absolutely. It's going to happen.
So, hopefully, fingers crossed that it's nice weather in the second week in May. We don't get a freak snowstorm or anything like that, but...
Yeah. Let's not have that.
Well, if you're out in Colorado, you can't predict the weather, that's for sure. But around here, hopefully by then it's like 70, 75 degrees and sunny. I mean, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Plus, it's against a team that you don't get to see the Phillies play that often. The Blue Jays, I mean, they're a good young team. I told you last week I liked them.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, if you're in the chat and seeing this, just if you want to take a screenshot of it so you can save it, but it's a Tuesday night, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday, yep.
So, that'll be fun. It'll be like an entertainment night type show. And we'll have actual live entertainment. We'll be at the game.
Yes, we will.
So, and I'm hoping to make some type of flyers or something. I'm going to be that guy that does the asshole move and put something on your car windshield. But Curtis says, "Go Blue Jays." Here we go. Curtis, tell us about your Toronto. Since you want to say "Go Blue Jays," tell us about the Blue Jays.
Yeah, give us the scouting report and how they looking this year.
Actually, I can do. I can also do this. There you go. Save. Now it's on the bottom, so it doesn't cover our faces. People can just read it at the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
But I'm curious to know if Curtis actually does have a scouting report on the Blue Jays. I mean, to me, it looks like a pretty solid team. The AL East this year should be wide open.
You would think. On paper, it looks like that could be the case.
Yeah, but people say that every year, then teams underperform, and then the Yankees run away with the division.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because everyone who knows baseball knows the Yankees love to spend money. Just like the New York Mets, right?
Yeah.
But I did read something at home. See if I can find some box scores for baseball. See what some of the scores were today. I mean, these games don't count, but
no, they don't count for per se, but they count for us because we're just so starved to get back to baseball.
Yeah. Mets lost 12-7 today to St. Louis. Miami beat Houston 4-3. Boston 1-4-1. Phillies 1-9-7. Tampa Bay 14-2 over Baltimore. Wow. Blue Jays got shut out 7-0 against Atlanta. Cleveland beat the Cubs 12-4. Rockies won 7-3. Brewers 10-4. White Sox 10-1 over the Mariners. Texas 13-2 over the Reds. Diamondbacks 3, Cubs 0. So I'm guessing they did a split squad doubleheader. That's what I like about spring training too. You can do double headers, but half your team can be in one spot, and then your other half could be somewhere else.
Yeah. The only problem with that is it really isn't a true. It's just everybody getting work in. It's not really. You can't really count it. Can you really count it as a win? Because
True.
only half the team was there.
Yeah.
Is that really representative of the team that you're going to see? Once we go. What?
Sam is in the chat. Go Astros with that comment.
Sam.
Don't get Ron started. Don't get me started.
Oh, man. Let me go bang on a trash can. Hold on.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a curveball. It's a fastball. Oh, man. I'll tell you.
I guess we're asking for trouble doing that.
Yeah, I guess we are.
But let's see. I'm looking at the Phillies box score. Who is this Wilson guy?
Yeah, he's off to a start.
he's come to play.
Yeah. Well, even Jake Cave is somebody who they just acquired recently.
Mm-hmm.
And he may be projected to be part of the outfield mix. And he's already got a couple of dingers, I think. I think he had 2.
I know he had one. He had one today. No, he had a triple today.
Okay.
Baum had a home run in the first, and Sosa hit one in the third.
Yeah.
And then Wilson had one in the sixth.
Yeah, Sosa's had a couple. And
I've never heard of this guy though. Weston Wilson.
Yeah, when I saw his name, I wasn't 100% familiar.
He's 28, so it seems like he's been around for a while.
Yeah. Jake Cave came from Minnesota.
Okay.
So, he actually was drafted in 2018, so he's young.
Gotcha. Curtis' scouting report. Well,
here we go.
Kevin Killmeyer from the Devil Rays, big help at center field. Matt Chapman at third base. Guerrero Jr. at first. Bo Shett, shortstop. Alex Mona, number 1 pitcher.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Ad Jr.
Yeah.
I love his pops, and his son's not that far off of his stance, his swing, everything reminds me of his dad.
Yeah, he does have some similarities at the plate for sure.
And then Bo Bichette, his dad was Dante Bichette, a really good defensive player in his day.
Mm-hmm.
So Bo's taking up that aspect of it. So
okay.
I never heard of Kevin Killmeyer though.
Not familiar either.
From the Tampa Bay Rays, I have to look him up.
Yeah, I didn't really follow the Rays that much, so he may be somebody, but I'm just not particularly familiar with his work.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some more. Here you go, news stats bio on this Weston Wilson guy.
Yeah.
So he's from Clemson, so he went to a good college. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's an older guy. Okay. Let me see if I can hold on. Who? I'm googling stuff. Who drafted Weston Wilson? So Weston Wilson was drafted in 2016 by the Milwaukee Brewers in the 17th round.
17th round. Wow.
So, my friend Gary in the chat. Good evening, Gary. Thanks for popping in tonight.
Hey, Gary.
He says, "Hello, sport fans." I can kind of picture him saying that out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
You might actually see Gary on camera on Wednesday because he's going to the game too.
Oh, nice. I will have to make sure and check in.
Yeah.
From the bowling alley.
From the bowling. There you go. You could do a live show from the bowling alley.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. We might end up with an accidental guest star.
Yeah, that's true. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that would be something.
Crash the party. Because me and him had talked about maybe doing one at the bowling alley one night, and then things fell apart.
Yeah. there's just so much background noise that would be tough.
True.
Yeah. So you never know.
Yeah. So
stranger things have happened.
That is true.
Yeah.
So in 4 games, the Phillies have 28 runs scored, tied for second. The Colorado Rockies actually have the most right now.
Yeah.
Rockies have scored 31 runs in 3 games.
Wow. Okay.
That's pretty good. I mean, I'm trying to find what the scores were so I can. Padres, I guess they didn't play Sunday. Saturday, where they at? Saturday they won 12-5.
Yeah.
There's no, and then.
I mean, they haven't lost a full squad game yet, right?
Nope, they're 3-0.
Okay, and the one they did lose was a split squad.
Yep. Put up 7 today, so that's 19. What other day did they play that? I'm confused. Oh, and then yesterday they put up 12. So 12, 12, and 7.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. Not too shabby.
And it's not like they're playing in Denver right now, so.
No. But, I mean, it's a good sign that even with Bryce not in the lineup, I mean, if you look at if you can get production out of Bohm, he is apparently put on some weight, some muscle weight. So hopefully we get a little more power out of him this year. Castellanos hit a home run yesterday, I think.
Nice.
So if he can get his swing back on track, and then between Sosa and Jake Cave, I mean, obviously they've got some pop. You know, we may be able to, hold up on the offensive end at least, and just see how. And we spent some money in the bullpen.
That's what I just pulled up the box score again. I was going to read off some stuff to you.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely spent some money in the bullpen, so we've got some arms, and which was if we have the offense, then all we need to do is just be able to lock down a game after the starter comes out, because I think we got a nice looking rotation going on, top 5, top 6, if you count which they're probably going to start the year with a 6-man rotation with probably Falter in the mix there somewhere.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
So, I don't know who the bottom 4 pitchers are, but our top 4 pitchers today, Aaron Nola pitched 2 innings, had 1 walk, 1 strikeout. So, no hits though, no earned runs, which is good.
Yeah.
Craig Kimbrell pitched in an inning, 2 strikeouts, no hits, no runs. Jose Alvarado, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts. And then Sir Anthony Dominguez, out of the 4 of them, had the roughest thing. He had 1 inning pitch, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, but he gave up a home run.
Yeah.
So, but still, what's that? 7 strikeouts. That's not bad between the 4 of them.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're talking about them being 7, 8, 9, not too shabby.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I think there's a good chance that Kimbrell ends up being the 8th inning guy.
And then who you throwing as your closer? Dominguez.
Dominguez, yeah.
Okay.
I would think, or the other new pickup.
Soto?
No, not Soto. They had a guy who's been a closer before that they picked up this in the off season.
Okay, I'm gonna look.
I'm blanking.
I'm gonna say.
I'm not in full season mode yet, man. I'm blanking on names already, and it's only spring training.
Marte.
Yeah.
Strom, Soto, Vasquez. No. The new ones they signed with Kimbrell, Marte, Soto, Matt Strom,
Maybe it was Soto that I was thinking of.
Yeah,
but he wasn't a closer though.
Hey, he was in Detroit.
Oh yeah, he was. That maybe that is who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, he was a closer in Detroit.
Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking Dominguez, Kimbrel, and Soto, some kind of combination of the three. 7, 8, 9.
And then you would use Alvarado as like middle, like 5, 6.
Yeah, 5, 6, because he can easily go 2 innings. If you only get 5 out of your starter, but right now between Walker and Nola and Wheeler, you got to expect to get at least 5 or 6 out of them.
You would
Just
hope.
about every time out, you hope, yeah. And then Suarez and Painter, who is still looking like he's on track to definitely make the big league club. So.
And the only other thing that I was questioning is like that guy Noah Sung. Like he just got the military release. He's in camp now. He's projected to be a starting pitcher. Like, do you have any room for him on this team, or do you let him go and does he go elsewhere? Like, because it seems like a pretty big deal that they would have to go through like the proper paperwork to get him out of the military. Then not even to make the roster, he would have to waive. He gets paid like $100,000 or whatever, and then he can sign anywhere he wants.
Is he a Rule 5 guy?
I think so, yes.
Well, if he's a Rule 5 guy, he has to be on the roster.
Okay.
So, or they have to offer him back to the team he came from.
Which would be the Red Sox, I believe.
Yeah. So I think that he's definitely got to make the roster. So the person who may lose out in that deal may be Bradley Falter.
Yeah.
Who might end up getting stuck in the bullpen, on long relief.
I hope not. I mean, I'm curious to see what Falter has.
That ball out of here.
Yeah. Gary likes to say that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see where he is. He's not on the roster. So let me see something. I'm going to try to Google him real quick.
Okay.
Noah... Such weird names. Noah Song.
I know a song.
I do too.
Scoop, there it is. Scoop,
oh boy, here we go.
Or I'm a Barbie girl.
whatever you want to sing around is fine by me.
No, it's all good.
So on December 7th, 2022, Morgan's still in the chat laughing at you. Song was selected by the Phillies in the 2022 Rule 5 draft. On February 22nd, the Phillies announced that the Navy granted Song's release to change his duty status, allowing him to pursue his baseball career. So yeah, they recently just got him in the Rule 5 draft, 3 months ago?
Yeah, so he definitely he has to be on the big league roster.
So, Gary, I think you should talk about sports.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. This is not the venue for my singing, for sure.
But we can have fun while we do it. We can talk sports and sing at the same time.
This is true.
Take me out to the ball game. See, we're talking about sports. We're thinking about taking us out to the ball game.
Yeah. Just figure out how to blend in the dollar hot dogs into that. Yeah.
Take me out to the ball game. Well, instead of saying buy me some Cracker Jacks, buy me some dollar hot dogs. Save it for karaoke night.
Yeah, that's Saturday. So.
No, every night's karaoke night on my show.
Well, hey, my karaoke night is Saturday night. So.
You don't want me to come to your karaoke night, right?
Hey, more the merrier.
I'll be that guy that throw money at on stage because they like my voice so much.
Oh, okay. Duly noted.
I did karaoke once and I got kicked out of the place.
Yeah. If I'm taking ones to a bar, it's not to throw at you.
I mean, I was in high school. I had a DECA competition at what is now the DoubleTree Hotel. So it used to be Crown Plaza. and they opened up the bar, like the club in there for the kids to go in and hang out, do karaoke, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, I started singing Tom Petty Free Falling. But instead of saying Free Falling, I was saying something else.
Okay.
And
we can figure that one out.
Johnny being 18, they cut the mic and told me to get out.
Johnny flagged from the karaoke bar.
Yep. I wasn't even drunk.
Yeah, how about that? Go figure.
But, I mean, I feel bad now Tom Petty passed away. So if I do sing that song, I won't disrespect it because it is a classic, iconic song. So, now we got some NHL trades going on.
Okay.
There you go. Let's see. There's some good trades. Mayo traded to the Devils by Sharks for 4 players, 3 draft picks. Wow. Orlov halfway goes to the Bruins, and a 3-team deal with the Capitals. Wild O'Reilly. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty big. I mean, Curtis, is the deadline, was it today or is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. That's something I would have to look up on my phone, but the Timo Meier trade to the Devils is a huge trade. Timo Meier is easily a 20, 30 goal scorer that the Devils picked up. So, O'Reilly was the captain of the team he was on, and he got traded. So, yeah, I mean, thanks, Curtis.
Yeah.
Deadline's on Friday. Got it.
Okay. I had to change my name.
Mr. Knows No Hockey. But we're going to get you there, I promise.
Yeah.
There's still some rumors of Patrick... I did see that, and I don't want to see that happen. Patrick Kane coming to the New York Rangers. And then I heard somebody from the Flyers got traded. Yes, one of our young prospects, Isaiah Ratcliffe, got traded to the Nashville Predators for future considerations. And future considerations on... Put it as you want, like... It's almost like baseball. As a player to be named later.
Yeah. Basically true.
So, someone said they traded him for a bag of peanuts and there was a done deal.
Well, that is a future consideration.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Everybody, we have to teach Ron about hockey. He does not understand hockey.
Well, no, I understand hockey and I've watched hockey, but I just don't follow it close enough to know the ins and outs of each team. So, if you want to talk about old school hockey now, that's a little different because I was a little more into it back then. But now I've, I haven't followed as much as I should. Let's put it that way.
Well, all you have to say is shoot and score.
Yeah. Well, I played hockey, so I played roller hockey. I didn't play ice hockey.
Neither did I. So
me on ice skates was not a pretty picture, but on roller skates, definitely.
I could have said, watch the trade deadline on Friday. You'll get to know all the teams real quickly.
Yeah. Once they all change around.
But I was like you. I didn't play ice hockey. I was a roller hockey or street hockey.
Yeah, street hockey too. Yeah, for sure.
And I had to stop playing when I was 28 because I took a slap shot off my kneecap.
Okay.
And I felt like a ton of bricks. My knee swelled up for about 3 weeks. It was the hardest kid in the league shooting. Yeah, trying to make it in the net, and I'm the guy that always pissed the goalie off, so I'm blocking the net. Right on the center of the kneecap, down goes Johnny.
Yeah. Well, I played a lot of goalie in roller hockey too, and I was affectionately known as Dr. Hook because at that time we're not playing on inline skates; you're playing on 4 wheels.
Oh.
And many a time somebody would be jamming up my net, and they'd be getting a stick across the ankles, and if they weren't getting slashed across the ankles, I was slipping my stick in between the wheels and pulling the wheels out from under them. So I was rather notorious for that.
All I like to say is just a little nervous about Wednesday night. I'm not going to go into detail. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I was playing the Rangers on Wednesday when we go, So I'm not expecting much. I'm just looking for a fun night out. So, and then Chris said I played hockey from 5 years old to AAA hockey. Then I played roller hockey. Then I played ball hockey. Went to World Finals in Vegas.
World Finals. Wow, nice.
And won lots of exercise ball hockey.
Nice.
Curtis saved the hockey player. And yes, Gary, I saw what the Flyers lost on Saturday too. It was pretty ugly. They lost to the Devils, I think, Saturday night 7-0.
Well, isn't it true that in Canada, instead of giving you a rattle when you're a baby, they give you a hockey stick?
I'll let Curtis answer that, but
yeah,
I've heard that too.
Yeah, I mean, some of those guys start skating when they're 3.
Yeah, you get your first pair of ice skates at 2 months.
Yeah,
but
they got those little pom poms on top of them, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I try to. No, you can't.
Born with skates on.
That makes sense too.
Sixers lost.
Yeah, Sixers lost
tonight.
They're playing still right now, but
aren't they playing Miami tonight?
Tonight they're playing Miami, yes.
And they have a home and home with Miami. Their next game's against Miami as well.
Okay.
So Jimmy Butler's been sucking for 2 weeks, and now tonight he probably threw up 30.
I'm gonna open up my phone. I'll let you know in 1 second.
Yeah.
Wow, they lost tonight too.
Butler,
101 to 99.
101 to 99.
Yeah. Let's see. Jimmy Butler, you said, right?
Yeah.
23 points and 11 rebounds, 9 assists.
Yep. So he almost had a triple-double. Nice. And he's been playing horribly the last couple weeks. He's been bitching about getting out of Miami.
Doesn't surprise me. And then Embiid had 27 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. James Harden had 20 and 12 assists. And then Maxey had 23.
Finally. Yeah, he scored like 8 or 9 points last night.
That's the Boston game?
Yeah.
That was a crazy finish, though. I caught the very tail end of that game. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, he made that, like, I know the bucket didn't count it, but Embiid made that three-quarter shot look like it was nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
We were talking about today at work. It looked like he shot putted it.
Yeah. And it went nothing but net.
It was crazy. I was like, what the hell?
The thing is, if somebody had got the ball in bounds when they should have, it bounced an extra 2 times before they got it and brought it into play, the shot would have counted.
Yeah. That is very true.
There's 1.4 seconds left. You got to get that ball in bounds as quickly as possible. The clock's running.
True. I'm making another banner just to make you laugh. And I think you probably know what it's gonna say too. Sorry, Ron.
That's okay.
Kyle Busch won at Fontana. Ron doesn't do NASCAR either, so.
Oh, I do. I've made left turns before. I'm good.
I'm gonna let that sit for a couple minutes. Till you tell me to turn it off, but
yeah.
I can't help with it. I grew up on NASCAR. Like most people say, they can grow up playing baseball, football. I did all that, sure, but on Sundays when my parents had their friends over, it was all about NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yeah. All gone. I deleted it. Instead of saying this week, I figured I'd type it.
That's it's like a family affair. You come, invite all the cousins over. Have a little party. Yeah.
Or how my parents used to do it, since I didn't know my biological father till I was 25 years old. So I had my stepdad. So all his friends were over on Sundays watching the race. Oh, this is your aunt, this is your uncle, that's your cousin, like stuff like that. So Johnny being 5, 6 years old, that's actually how I used to make my money. My uncles would be sitting and watching the race. Hey, go fetch me a beer. You're bringing back a beer. Here's $1. Like bartending service.
Nice.
That'd be some Sundays. I'd make about $20.
There you go.
I also drank my first beer at the age of 6, but
there you go. And it's the first time you ever said "How you doing" to your cousin.
No.
How you doing?
I'm not from the South, Ron.
Well, I mean, the whole NASCAR thing. I just figured you might as well,
no,
when in Rome. When in Rome.
I was born and raised in South Jersey. Thank you very much.
Okay. South Jersey.
Yeah, South Jersey.
Yes.
I've never lived farther than Edgewater Park.
Okay.
Spent 6 months there, then we moved into my aunt and uncle's house in Riverside, then the Maple Shade. Now I own my house in Brooklawn.
This is the furthest south you've been.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're working your way down.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I'm hoping that we all, like, speaking of going south, like, we always used to go down to Dover, Delaware for the Grand National race on Saturdays. It was always like $5-10 a ticket for kids to get in. You go down early enough, you can see like the second round of qualifying for NASCAR. They would have the race, and then they would have what they called happy hour back in the day. So you would have the whole day down there at the racetrack.
Okay.
I've never made it to see the big boys. I've never made it to a Sunday race.
Ah, okay.
So I've been dying for the last couple of years to try to get down to Dover for the Sunday race. So I'm thinking it might happen this year. Now that I have another aspect of it, I can go down and enjoy the race, and I can pop up and do a show while I'm down there too.
There you go.
Hop in the
RV, and you're good to go.
If I had an RV, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always wanted to do what they do at the Eagles game, the tailgate bus. Yeah. I've always wanted to buy a short bus and convert it. But you need a lot of money for that.
Yeah, it's an expensive proposition. Hey, Sam.
Yeah. Good evening, Sam. I hope the rest of your stream went well. You've been kicking some butt with that Hogwarts. I know a lot of people like that Hogwarts legacy. And what RV are we hopping in, and where are we going? Well, Sam, you missed it. Ron was just joking around with me about growing up on NASCAR and going south and talking to my cousins about how you doing. So, I guess if I hop in my RV, I'm going south, right, Ron?
Yeah, absolutely. Got it.
So, but no, Ron's just picking on you tonight. We're just trying to think of different things to talk about because it's that lull right now with the football off season. Baseball has started, but it really hasn't started. Ron doesn't know much about hockey. We had Curtis talking about the trade deadline.
We all agreed that the Sixers suck.
I wouldn't say they suck during this.
They're not consistent. They're not showing like they're going to be any different this year when it comes to playoff time than they've been for the last couple of years. And if they're out in the second round again, hopefully we just say our goodbyes to Doc Rivers and just kind of reset because it's clear he's not getting us there.
But that's the thing, though. After Doc Rivers, who else is out there?
You never know.
Did you guys talk about the Dak extension?
I did, actually. We were talking about that earlier, about it now looks highly likely that that's going to happen.
Now that we have Sam in the chat, we can also ask what he feels about possibly moving on from Zeke Elliott and maybe even Tony Pollard. I mean, he's our Texas guy, so
yeah,
that's right up his alley.
Yeah, it is.
Even though on his stream tonight he's wearing a Ray Lewis jersey, figure that one out.
Hey, Ray Lewis went to the U.
I said that, but I added something else to it.
Yeah.
Because he was like holding his jersey up like this. Guess the player. John gets the player. I was like, I know who it was. It was a purple jersey with 52. So I wrote, I am a Hall of Fame linebacker from the U. I put the U out of respect for you.
Yeah.
Senor Ray, I didn't kill that person, Lewis.
Yeah.
I don't know about the story, but I just always knew he claimed his innocency. I was at the Hall of Fame when he got inducted that one year. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. You're on the fence about Pollard or about the extension?
Maybe both.
Yeah.
Pollard, Zeke has to fell well. Pollard needs to be kept.
That's kind of the way I think about it. I mean, the last couple years, Pollard looks like he's definitely been the more effective back. Zeke has been really an injury machine. And even when he's in there, it doesn't look like he's going at full speed. I think he's definitely lost a couple steps.
Yeah, well, the first couple of years of his career, they run him like 300-400 times a season, so.
Yeah.
There were rumors that was Mago at the point. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I the thing is that I just don't. I don't know if Dallas is really going to make that kind of investment in a running back, just because of the fact that we've talked about earlier, John and I, before you got in the room. Dallas is not a run-first offense anymore. They're just not. I mean, so I think that if anything, they're going to focus on quarterback, on Dak, if they're going to extend him, which looks like it may likely happen, and save him over $20 million in cap by doing an extension, or just make sure that they're shored up in their other skill positions in the receivers and the tight end.
Yeah. I mean, they need a backup quarterback. Carson Wentz is now available.
God. Okay. If there's any justice in the world, Carson Wentz will be out in the forest hunting come September and not eating up a roster spot on anybody's roster, because the guy just he ever since the injury, he's never been the same. He's got no heart, and he's a prima donna. He's not a good teammate. He's just a guy that only a team in desperation mode is going to resort to.
Well, there's one team I had mentioned. I had said that if you want to be a backup somewhere close to home, Seattle's in the market. So,
but the thing is that if Geno is your starter in Seattle, which you're going to assume that they're going to re-sign him, you don't want a sloggy, statue like Carson Wentz stepping into the offense if Geno goes out, because you got to have somebody who's more suited to run the same offense, and it's not Carson Wentz anymore.
True.
A guy that you'd look for in Seattle as a backup if he wasn't going to be a starter somewhere would be like a Teddy Bridgewater kind of guy.
Yeah.
Who's a little more mobile, who runs a similar kind of game.
That's what my group chat said, that they wouldn't be surprised if Miami reached out to him as a backup.
True. That's where he's going to end up with it, behind a guy who's mobile, who's who plays that kind of game. I would think that would be the best situation for him.
Or does a team like San Francisco come calling with their mess?
Yeah, they got a big old mess. They don't need any more. They got to deal with the big pile they have before they start looking at another quarterback.
Yeah. Need to hang his cleats up, same as Brady. I hope Brady stays retired. I mean, I'm tired of the speculation that he's done, then he's coming back, he's done, he's coming back. Just make up goddamn mind.
Well, it's all part of the game.
Yeah, but what more do you have to prove at 46 years old?
Uh, who knows?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Going back to hockey, Yager, Yager is still playing over in the Czech Republic at 50 years old, and he's still producing. I get it. Top player ever put on a pair of skates. But Brady, like NFL wise, you have accomplished so much. By now, you're just tarnishing your legacy, putting up this shitty ass stats.
Yeah, it's true.
Right off to the sunset. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer, no matter what.
Yep. Don't hang on too long.
Who do you think will be the 49ers quarterback next year?
Wow. I don't think they know. Honestly, I mean, it's, to me, personally, I don't think Trey Lance is the guy. I think that whatever opportunity they had to develop him, they squandered when they let Purdy jump him, and then Purdy performed. So, to me, I'm thinking that they're probably looking at Purdy as the starter, maybe. But they're not going to keep Lance at that kind of ticket as a backup. They're going to see what they can get for him, probably, and they may also move on from Garoppolo as well, and just find a reasonable backup for Purdy. But I think that that's probably the direction that if I were the Niners, that would be where I would go. But what do you think, John?
I mean, it's definitely a toss-up. I think I agree with you 100%. I think Garoppolo is out. He's a free agent to be. They're not going to bring him back. I could see him winding up somewhere else, not with San Francisco. Then with the whole Purdy and Lance mix, you got to see who comes back healthy. Trey Lance is coming back from a very big ankle surgery, where someone like Purdy is coming back from UCL surgery. So like almost like a Tommy John surgery. Like they're two life and career altering injuries.
Yeah.
Now say that Purdy comes back healthier than Lance, and you want to maybe ship Lance out, then yes, Purdy can be your starter. He's proven that. But Lance didn't have that fair shot. However, if you're looking to ship Lance out, I could see him winding up in Tennessee. Because I think they're going to shop Tannehill. Tannehill will probably go down to Atlanta with Arthur Smith. So then Tennessee's now possibly relying on Malik Willis to be the starting quarterback, who they drafted last year out of Liberty. He's not an NFL quarterback.
Not the guy.
So then you bring in somebody like Trey Lance, who could be that guy if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could see that. I could see that as a possibility. But yeah, I think the next couple weeks is really going to tell a lot as teams start to, take their high ticket people and move on from them. And you see what's coming out of the combines. You see there's always one or two names that come out of the combines where everybody gets wowed and they become part of the conversation. So it should really start to come into focus a little bit more over the course of the next few weeks.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was 2006. You had 5 quarterbacks change teams and become starters on different teams. Drew Brees, Dante Culpepper that year. When Drew Brees went to, where the hell did he go? New Orleans. Dante Culpepper wound up in Miami. Yeah. It was like the quarterback carousel, I called it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I think this year has the potential to be just like that.
Morgan, I do believe Kelsey is coming back this year. That's my belief.
I do too. I think he wants to do one more year, then right off to the sunset. Even though his wife did just give birth to their third daughter the other day, yep. I think he wants to go out on top, which he already has. But I think he wants to prove that he can do it for one more year.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're playing at the level that he's playing at right now, I mean, given his age and his history, and the guy is just an Iron Man. and he is just performing at such a high level that there's no way you can walk away from that kind of a season.
Yeah.
Unless there was some, medical reason why, but my belief is that he goes at least one more year.
Going back to that medical thing that you just brought up, it's actually kind of surprising to see how well of a season he did have. All things considered, 2 weeks before the season started last season, he had his elbow scraped.
Yeah.
And he still played phenomenal.
And he did. He didn't miss a beat. And he had a Pro Bowl season.
Yeah, All Pro, wasn't he?
All Pro, yes.
So
let's be honest. I mean, he's the best center in the game.
Oh, hands down. Hands
down. No conversation. There's not that many centers in the Hall of Fame. But guess what? There's going to be another one when he's eligible. First ballot.
Wow.
I don't think that there's any way that they deny him the Hall of Fame. He's just that good for that long.
Unless they wait till his brother retires and they put them both in together. Imagine that story.
Yeah. I think we milked the Kelsey's mom story as much as we can at this point after the Super Bowl thing. With the half a jacket and the half a jersey and, all that stuff. I mean, it was cute, while it lasted, but, now it's just getting tired.
Yeah. But what was cool about that, though, the following week after the Super Bowl, they did how they do the podcast together. They had their dad on the podcast. I don't know if you saw any clips from that, but I watched some of the clips and it was hysterical.
Yeah.
They were talking about who the bigger troublemaker in school was, stuff like that. So.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't sat and watched a full episode, but I've heard that New Heights podcast is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got a chance to tune into that. I would think that's pretty entertaining.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyone else in the chat have any other questions? I mean, feel free. We always like people who interact. It helps us keep going.
Yeah. Because it is a slow sports week, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully when another week of spring training under the belt by next week, we'll have more Phillies content to really work with. But it's a very small sample at this point. But there are some very good positive things coming out of the first few games. Including the number of runs we're scoring, number of hits, and getting to see some of these new rules in effect. That's going to be very interesting. Go forward.
Yeah, Morgan says, "How about them Phillies? I'm super excited for the season." I mean, I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
They got some tough competition within the division, but.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You have both me and Kevin right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a tough division with the Braves and the Mets both getting better. And arguably, if you even with Bryce not in the lineup, adding Trey Turner, it's not quite a wash. But if Castellanos comes out of his funk that he was in last year, and Bohm is improved with the additional muscle mass that he put on in the offseason, and he's more than a singles hitter, which is not a guy you draft that high. You don't draft him to hit singles.
Yeah.
Who's that size? You draft him to hit home runs. So if he gets his home run groove on, and Castellanos gets more production than last year, which would be kind of hard to get any less, then I think that, maybe we're not talking every day about missing Bryce. And then once he does come back, that lineup just gets outright scary.
True. And then, okay, John and Ryan, you guys have a great night. Say, Curtis, thank you for hanging out tonight. We appreciate it. We always love your support. It's great. We appreciate it.
thanks, Curtis. We really do appreciate you, man.
But what I was gonna say, that Cave guy you were saying is now maybe being in the mix for the outfield. So if you start him in right field, does the Castellanos now become your everyday DH, or do you still want to try that rotation prospect?
Well, I'll tell you what. If Jake Cave continues to play the way he's played these first couple games, and he has that kind of pop in his bat, and I mean he's a young guy. I mean he's not that old, so when you throw him into the mix, it does probably improve you defensively in right field, and it makes your offense better because you're getting another good bat in the lineup. So what it will do if Jake Cave is the guy and he makes the club, which I think he will, then it may be Derek Hall who maybe takes the run back down to AAA.
Yeah, we'll see. Morgan says, I'm happy to see base hits and extra base hits, not just on mud. Yeah, I mean, you need situational hitting. You always will. Baseball is not all about power.
But you're going to see a lot, Morgan. You're going to see a lot more of that with the elimination of the shift. I mean, it's that rule is designed to have more hits, and you don't have to be up there swinging for the fence because you're going to be able to put it in the hole between the infielders because you're not going to have five guys on one side of the infield. Yeah,
that's true. I mean. And then another thing I had heard, I don't know if you read this article or not, they were also talking about trying to get Amado Sosa some time in center field.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about that?
Well, based on Marsh's up and down season last year, I mean, he had stretches where he was very productive, but he also had stretches while he was serviceable defensively. From an offensive standpoint, I mean, he'd get in these funks and he'd just be striking out left and right and leaving all kinds of guys in scoring position. So I think that having somebody you can turn to, maybe in a platoon situation, to get them both some at-bats, or if Marsh goes into one of his funks, giving him a couple days off, I can see that being very, very useful and very productive to the lineup.
True.
Definitely excited about Trey Turner, Morgan. Definitely, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he is going to be the leadoff hitter. They pretty much, made that official that he's going to bat 1 and then Schwarber's going to bat 2. So then you're still probably looking at Hoskins 3 and maybe JT 4.
And then Castellanos 5?
Castellanos 5, yeah.
Then Baum.
Yep.
Stott.
Yep. And then Marsh. And then, well, I mean, if Jake Cave is your starter in right field, then Jake Cave will be up there somewhere in the 5-6 range. You could see Bohm drop down to
7.
You could see Bohm at 5 and maybe Cave at 6.
Okay.
I could see that.
One more thing, I know this is not sports related, but this is from Friday night movie night. You guys were talking about Encino Man. Show me my wife and Jet watched it on Sunday. It's on Disney Plus. Classic movie, Curtis. Absolute classic movie.
No wheezing the juice. I always wanted to go to a 7-Eleven after I saw that movie and wheeze on the juice.
Wheeze on the juice. Jet loved it. Good. I mean, Curtis keeps showing them old school movies. A lot of old school movies are the way to go. The movies nowadays are horrible.
Yep. There's some great older movies that are worth a watch.
Oh, yeah. like I said on Friday night, I recently watched the original Speed again.
Yeah.
That's a classic. I mean, like, I like our classic movie nights when we can talk about the older movies. Then we watch Conehead, another great movie. Bow to her, bone for you.
We're from France.
and funny enough, that's another Chris Farley movie. He plays Ronnie in that movie.
Right? Yeah. Driving instructor.
Yep.
Eldar Conehead.
Then he wins the golf trophy. Oh no, they're talking about winning the golf trophy, and he's imagining it. All of a sudden, you see the Conehead pop out. Two classic movies.
Classic, yes, definitely.
David Spade was funny in that movie too. He's the weird FBI agent, but
yeah.
Oh man.
Always wanted to go to a house at Halloween and get fried eggs in a 6-pack.
Fried eggs in a 6-pack.
That's what he would give out for Halloween.
Well, I'll make you a deal. You come to my house this coming Halloween, I'll give you a 6-pack. How about that?
Okay. Sounds like a plan. I'm heading right to Paris Avenue, man. I'm good.
Speaking of Halloween, let's see something real quick. I'm gonna open up my calendar. Halloween is on a Tuesday night this year.
Ooh.
Who knows? It might be more World Series baseball like it was last year.
Yeah, could be.
I mean, I kind of hope not, because it ruined my show that I tried to do on Halloween this year, plus the weather didn't help. I was actually at Morgan's sister's house. We were trying to do an outside show, and the weather didn't cooperate with me.
Yeah.
Which sucked, but I'm not going to give up, because like I said, my ultimate goal is to do a live Halloween show from Salem, Massachusetts. So, because when you can do stuff like that, it makes it more fun. So, I don't know. I mean, sometimes you just might have creepy messages pop up out of nowhere. I mean, again, what the hell is this see you soon shit?
Jeez. This is getting crazy.
I know. I kind of looks like a face, but then like you don't hear nothing. Like
it was like a whisper.
Then like, you got the clock ticking.
Wow.
I'm curious to know what the see you soon means. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Any idea?
Nope, no idea. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess. So if anyone else is in chat, I mean, we've been getting these cryptic messages and they just pop up out of nowhere. So,
crazy.
If anyone has any idea, let me know. I'm still lost at what it means by.
Yep.
Creepy horror night. I mean, it might be a horror night. I don't know, but it's always the same message. It's like, see you soon. Like,
yep.
Gary, I don't know. It just popped up. I mean, unless someone's hacking my account on StreamYard.
It happened on Friday night too.
Yeah, Friday nights was worse. That was.
Yeah.
Is it too early for Halloween? I guess not.
Yeah.
We're all like 8 months away, but.
Yeah. All right. Well, whoever's in chat right now, just to let you know, we are at 299 likes. 299 follows on Facebook. We just need one more. One. So if you haven't done it already, click the click the follow on Facebook. There's 3 little dots up to the right-hand side. When you go on the page, you just click that and it says follow. Follow the page so we can get to 300.
Yeah, gonna be 298. I'm taking mine back.
No.
Yeah. I mean, some people might have to these creepy messages lately.
Yeah, I don't know. It might scare people away.
Oh, she's putting you on the spot.
Oh, wow.
Don't do it, Morgan. Don't do it.
I think DJ Scoop might be around tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I think he might. I have to give him a call and let him know, that he's got a command performance. Maybe he'll have a rap or something.
A rap or something. Oh boy. Well, DJ Scoop, if you're listening, I hope it's a good rap. Okay. I mean, maybe you can bring back some old Gangster's Paradise for me. I mean.
Well, knowing the Scoop myself, I don't know if you're going to get that kind of quality, but you'll get something.
Well, I look forward to seeing him tomorrow night. If that's what you're saying, you're going to give him a call.
I'm going to give him a call and make sure he pops in.
Morgan said, all too soon. What's too soon? Did someone pass away I didn't know about? I'd Morgan say too soon. I'm confused. Wait, did Coolio pass away? I think she's onto something with that. I think the actual rapper from that song passed away, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Gangster's Paradise. Yeah. I know that song is Gangster's Paradise, but
he died at the end of September.
Coolio?
He suffered a heart attack in a friend's house.
Shit.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Wow. I thought I heard something about it. I wasn't sure.
He was 59 years old.
Damn.
Wow. Did not know that.
I know one of my favorite rappers passed away a couple years back, DMX. I was a big DMX fan growing up. I know he passed away. I forgot Coolio did.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, one of my favorite rappers is still around, Barry Manilow, and he's well known for the tracks he laid down in Compton.
Morgan said we live under rocks.
Yeah.
Coolio had a shit ton of kids, though. I mean,
we're not under rocks. We're not Cowboys fans. There's no room under the rocks. They're all living there. They slid back down there after they got bumped out of the playoffs again.
Either Sam's still listening, you're gonna get a Willie Ron, or you're gonna get Sheldon's gonna pop in, and all of a sudden you're gonna get a Willie Ron.
Yeah.
Eagles gross. She's always hated the Eagles. I can't get mad at her anymore about it.
Yeah. Well,
it was my. Here you go. Really?
Okay. There you go.
We'll let Gary be. Wow, Sheldon, I didn't know your name was Gary all of a sudden. He must have hacked this page too. You all slid down those poles and right into second place.
All right. But just remember, there were 30 other teams sitting at home on their couch. At least we were sliding down a pole.
Wow, this is getting interesting. I'm just going to sit back and listen. What's the I want to see if she has a comeback for that. I mean, does she have a comeback?
I got your back, Morgan. I'm sorry.
I just want to say it again, and she missed it actually.
Oh, really? Okay. No, what I said, just remember there were 30 other teams who were sitting on their couch. At least we were having fun and sliding down the pole.
See if she says something. I'll go a second. Yeah. Unless she's just teasing you when she said she missed it.
Yeah, maybe.
She does that a lot.
I didn't mind saying it twice. That's fine. I got no problem. Yeah.
I say it twice. I say it 3 times.
That's right.
People at my job were making fun of me because I sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger the other day. It's all good. You're all good at sliding around poles, but then tossing the football. Wow.
Wow. Well, at least we're not Kevin and we're not big Wiener fans.
That is true.
Not your Kevin, the other Kevin.
Hashtag scared of boy. Oh man, scared of Morgan. I'm not. Look over my shoulder.
Yeah, just to make sure, you know.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what's nice about this new big monitor. I can actually see my door better.
Yeah.
My big head's not blocking it completely. The look on my Kevin's face. Well, because her husband's name's Kevin, so
I know. I always forget, and I reference the other Kevin and his affinity for pork products. And
oh God, I did invite them May 9th, so I'm hoping they can join us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But my look on, I can already imagine her Kevin's. Oh man. He's probably frozen and trying like, he just always say that about me. Say what? Kevin Pete, just remember, not everything's always about you, okay? There's many more Kevins in the world, just like there's a lot of Johns in the world. It's a very overrated name.
Apparently, there's these two guys, Ron and John, that are in some surf shop somewhere.
Yeah, right. I mean, if I was around, 2023, if I was grown up about 30 years ago instead of being just a kid, I might have had a liquor business still. I mean, my last name has a liquor business attached to it.
Yeah.
Not anymore. The one in Riverside closed, and then the one in Pennsauken got sold, but... it says Kevin Peak is watching. I wonder if Kevin's going to say something in chat. I'm scared.
Really, Kevin? It wasn't about you.
Sorry, Kev. I know you're watching. You can say something. We won't hurt you. We promise. We're innocent. He probably doesn't know what to say. He's probably still trying to pick up his jaw because he's just so shocked. Or Morgan's acting like Kevin and say something for Kevin. One of the two. Hashtag hiding from the peaks. I mean, that's actually a kind of catchy hashtag. I like that. I might have to steal that one from you.
Nice. Yeah, it's too funny, man. Well,
Kevin just sent me this. Ask me about my wiener. he said I sent it to you since you can't get pictures in your chat.
Yeah.
That's such a bizarre movie, but that scene is so iconic in that movie.
Yeah.
That's when the movie accepted.
So we have to get the other Kevin to do the Oscar Mayer song.
Oh God. Are we going to do that on the show, or are we going to get him to do it in public?
I say both.
Okay.
Oh, Kevin says accepted.
Accepted is the movie that picture is from.
Nice.
It's a very... we had mentioned it last week on the show. They make a fake college and all that stuff. And Jonah Hill is actually trying to get into the main college. And he's trying to get into a frat. So one of the initiations is they make him dress up as a hot dog.
Uh-huh.
And he's yelling, "Ask me about my wiener," as he's like doing this. So it looks like he's tingling someone's balls.
Oh, jeez.
And
that's Jonah Hill?
Yeah.
Okay. And now is that fat Jonah Hill or is that skinny Jonah Hill?
Pretty chubby Jonah Hill.
Okay. They seem like two different guys.
Oh, absolutely. My baloney has a first name. It's
Yeah.
Oscar. Oscar.
Yep.
Wow. We're going to get defensive tonight.
Mayer.
You may have beat her to it.
Hey, we used to go down to Disney. My family used to go down to Disney just about every year for a while. And they actually had the Wienermobile, which was there in the park. And they had a guy who, for many, many years, was a little person, and he was dressed in with a chef's hat and the whole deal, and he was Oscar Mayer, and he drove the Wienermobile.
Wow.
And he used to give out these little wiener whistles, which is a whole nother trauma in itself if you really think about it. But, it's like you see all these kids walking around Disney with these little wiener whistles, but that's a story for pornography night, I guess.
Von, we're now 40 minutes in, and we finally went from PG to NC-17.
See, it just had to happen. It was just a matter of time.
She says, Mayer, I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me why, I'll say, because Oscar Mayer has a way with
the OLOGNA.
So this is the song we choose to sing on a Monday night, the Oscar Mayer song.
Yep. Well,
go from sports to wieners.
I don't know. If we're starting to sing, I might have to... Oh, no. That's tomorrow.
Oh, fake out. Oh, you're going to get something from Morgan after that one.
Yeah.
That's going to come. On that note, everyone, thanks for coming. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
What she says. John likes his wieners.
On May 4th, May 9th? May 9th. We're having a competition. I've decided that we're going to keep score. I'm going to bring a big poster board, and then we're going to keep score. And we'll see who's the king of the wieners.
That might get bad because Morgan will have to...
King or queen. I'm sorry.
Made a fourth view shit. It's actually the ninth year. I messed up the date. But,
I messed up the date, yeah.
Morgan's graduation party. We're talking back when she graduated high school. So a couple years ago. They decided to have me and my best friend at the time do a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
I ate 12 hot dogs in 5 minutes.
Nice.
I never felt sicker in my life. And now you want me to eat more than that? Oh, shit.
Hey, I'm just saying.
But just remind me I will bring Pepto with me.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
Oh, boy. So, Kevin McGowan, if you go back and rewatch this or watch this, if you want to go, let me know.
Don't sing it. Just bring it.
Wow. We're doing this now, huh?
Yep, that's it. It's good.
You gotta tuck your knuckles and do the little flipper.
Yeah. See, I've got thumbs.
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
I could be on video game night.
Yeah.
I got thumbs.
I got 2.
Yeah. This guy.
We got a puking emoji from Gary already.
Uh-oh. There you go.
He might be foreshadowing what happens. Like I told you about that one Phillies game I went to. Dog night and college night. Bad mix.
Bad mix, yeah. Well, and I don't want to see anybody like dipping the rolls in a glass of water and eating the rolls separate. Like,
you don't need to anymore. They're so goddamn soggy to begin with.
We're not playing that game.
This is gonna be bad.
I'm going into training with my buddy Bill Simmons. Actually, I'm pretty good friends with El Wingador, so I can go into training now, and he can give me some pointers.
Yeah. Don't drink anything beforehand.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to happen. We're probably going to be sloshed before we get in the stadium.
You might be. I'm designated driver that night, I heard.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. Then I'll get more sloshed. No, I'm going to kid. I'm a very responsible person.
We'll rent a minivan. I'll be Wait. Did I just hear you correctly? You're a very responsible person?
That's right. I'm responsible for, a lot of stuff.
I'm listening. You saying?
I have this thing called the statute of limitations. I have some time before I can discuss some of those things.
Well, I'm just going to leave you with this then. I smell a capital B with a capital S. Bullshit!
But
we'll save that pep rally for another show.
Yeah.
We'll actually get the Rocky music out that night and everything.
Oh, there you go.
This sounds like it's going to be a really bad idea.
Yeah.
We'll have to call the Phillies ahead of time. Hey, we're doing a show. We're podcasters. We're going to do a live show. We're also going to have a hot dog eating contest in your bleachers section. So please fill the section with extra trash cans.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking, if you're going to do the Rocky theme, then it's kind of appropriate because I'm sure somebody's going to be farting lightning and crapping thunder.
As I said, I'll make sure I personally take some Pepto that night, because if not, those hot dogs give you fucking beer guts.
Yeah.
They hurt after a while.
Yep.
That way I'm going to bring the pens with me, and if I have to, I'll go in the bathroom and change. Because one of us, if you're having a hot dog eating contest, is bound to shit themselves. Because those hot dogs are no joke. They may be small, but they pack a punch.
They do pack a punch. That is correct.
I'm getting heartburn just thinking of it.
I got to make sure I not eat that day.
Yeah, seriously. Luckily, I took the day off from work, so I can maybe mentally prepare myself.
Yeah.
I'll have to meditate for a couple hours before we go.
There you go.
Get the zen going. That what they do with the people at the food contest. They just swing the food in front of you like a pendulum. Hypnotize yourself with hot dogs all night.
Yeah. Hey, there's nothing worse than having somebody waving a wiener across your nose.
Oh, man. Like, yeah, hey, perfect timing, Gary. Really?
So this is what it's come down to, huh?
Fuck the sports talk. We're just talking about swinging wieners.
This is what happens when it's a slow sports week,
Yeah. Then you change it from a sports talk show to swinging wieners. But I think on that note, we should wrap it up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're.
It might get if we stay any longer, it might get even more out of hand. So.
Yeah, this is true.
We're trying to gain followers, not lose them. I mean,
yeah.
According to Morgan, we already lost one tonight. I doubt she really did it, but.
Don't tell her that. She'll do it just out of spite.
She would.
So you thought you were close.
Yeah, she probably had it. She probably unfollowed. She probably made Kevin unfollow too. There's 296 or 297. One of the two.
No, it's still 299.
All right. We'll get there.
As of right now.
But and then went in a song about
went from singing to wieners, and then we sang about wieners, so we kind of like brought it all full circle.
Well, make sure you tell DJ Scoop if you do talk to him. I do not want to rap about wieners tomorrow night. That would be very wrong and very.
When I give him a call, I'll let him know what the parameters are.
You will lose both of us. Keep it up, John. Love you, Morgan. I'm sorry. I'll call and apologize on the phone if you want.
Due to Justin Bieber. Truffle Shuffle is an apology.
Nope.
We've been trying to get the Truffle Shuffle for a while now, and I don't think that's coming.
Make you a deal. Okay. Morgan, if you're still listening, I'll make you a deal too.
Okay.
Give me till Friday night to perfect it. I will do it Friday night.
There you go.
I do too love you, best friend. So who do you think
who has the best draft pick for NFL? You mean who ends up with the number one pick? I think it's still a bidding war right now. I think that Chicago is definitely not going to take the pick.
No.
I would not be surprised to see a team like maybe the Patriots slide up there. There's been some rumblings that they're one of the teams that's willing to spend the capital to do that. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But I would not put it past Belichick to make a run for that number one pick.
Would they take a quarterback though?
Yes. Yeah. They need a quarterback.
You don't think Mac Jones is the answer?
I don't think he's the guy. I don't think they think he's the guy either.
A lot of people think that he is. We'll see.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, when you're talking about New England, there's only one person that has to be convinced, and you know who that is.
Yeah,
the hooded man.
Yeah, so. I made it known.
Yep.
Friday night, March 3rd, the real Truffle Shuffle will happen.
Okay, there you go. It's in writing. It's real.
That gives me about 4 days to tone my abs.
It must be true. It's on Facebook.
Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
That's how I determine my news.
Yeah, well, like I
said, on Facebook, I know it's real.
Like I said, not just Facebook though. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Yeah. Let me stop taking pictures of my dinner and stop tending to my crops in Farmville, and I'll be right over.
Farmville. Oh my God. Are you trying to make me feel old?
I used to get a kick out of it back in the day when people were like, "Oh, I can't go out tonight. I have to tend to my crops," and I'm like, "What?"
Oh man, I never played the game. That's like the whole candy. I did try Candy Crush.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
But no, Farmville, no.
My wife was a Candy Crush addict for a while.
Yeah. Candy Crush, Farmville. What was the other one that was real popular? I'm drawing a blank.
Well, the one now is what, Wordle or something?
Wait, Wordle? Never heard of that.
Yeah, the one that everybody posts the scores from.
I know Words with Friends was popular for a while.
Oh, yeah, and then people started cheating. That's when I stopped playing.
Yep.
Because they had cheat programs. And whenever I was playing somebody and they started cheating, I quit.
I just stopped answering.
Yeah, it's just I stopped answering the requests. Then I just deleted it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, Gary, do you have a thought on who's going to reach up for that number one pick?
Knowing him, he'll say Philly.
Yeah, it's not going to be Philly. That's for sure.
No. They don't have the picks.
And they don't need to pick the number one. They don't need a quarterback.
Nope. You're right. That is very true.
You know Howie's going to make some kind of move in the first round. He's either going to go up or down.
I can't
see him going up.
I would prefer to see him go down.
I think he could still go down and get a top flight corner or one of the top 3 or 4 edge rushers.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly hope they would go down to get more assets because right now they only have 6 picks.
Yeah. But I mean, really, on the offensive side of the ball, we really don't have that many needs.
No.
I mean, you can pick up a serviceable running back in free agency. I think you may need an offensive lineman, but you can get them in the later rounds. And I think that the offense is pretty set. I mean, you don't need anybody at any of the skill positions. You may see maybe them moving on from guys like Pascal and Greg Ward and those kind of guys.
I heard they might be shopping Quez Watkins too.
And Quez Watkins was, marginal at best. I mean, when you got those 2 top guys, I mean, there's only so many catches to be had. Plus, you got Dallas Goedert in the mix too.
Yeah.
And if you pick up a running back that can get the ball, catch the ball out of the backfield, then all of a sudden that number 3, number 4 receiver become pretty interchangeable, pretty expendable.
True. Well, I would do my personal opinion. I know if you move on from Watkins, you lose speed. I get that.
True.
But say you move on from Watkins, okay? Sure, he's not what he used to be, but bring back Pascal for another year. If you don't use him as a receiver, he's a hell of a blocker. He's a great special teams player.
It's true. And I mean, if you had to pick between the 2, that could be a determining factor. Plus, not to mention the fact that he's cheaper.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Maybe Gary jumped out because I was curious who he thought was going to jump into that spot.
I'll ask him on Wednesday. I'll get an answer for you.
What do you think, though?
My money's on Indianapolis jumping up to 1.
Okay, I can see that.
I think they want to get ahead of Houston so they can definitely get one of those 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
And I mean, they have the draft capital. They might have the right bargaining piece, like a Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah,
something that Chicago would want in exchange for that number 1 pick. So Indianapolis, I mean, if you think the Patriots could pull the trigger,
yep.
I mean, there's a couple teams that have multiple first-round picks.
Yeah, there is.
So we can dive into that next week. We can look over the draft order.
Yeah.
And go from there and see what could happen. Who knows? Something might happen by that.
You never know.
Because you might also get a Jalen Hurts massive contract revealed by next week.
Very possible.
Because they're trying to get it done by the combine. I know that.
It's going to be happening soon.
So, I mean, sure, it's off season, but just NFL off season, like I said, has always been my favorite time of year.
Yeah. Well, there's always something going on.
Yep.
And a lot of speculation. So.
Because I think the actual calendar year for the league starts March 19th, if I'm not mistaken. It's always right around St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens.
All right.
But, Morgan, you will get your Truffle Shuffle on Friday night. I promise you. I'm going to start working on it tonight. Get it perfected. Make sure my abs are toned so I don't look embarrassing on stream.
I'm sorry. I need video of that prep.
Nope. All confidential. Just that you don't send me prep or you rapping. How about that?
Okay. There you go. It's fair enough.
She's still looking in the chat. I was hoping she was gone by now, but.
All right.
But we had Morgan in the chat tonight. Gary popped in. Kevin with the accepted because he sent me the funny picture, but apparently listening.
Yep.
Gonna make a. Oh God.
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, who knows? It might actually help. Who knows? Man does truffle shuffle live on stream. There's 100 followers. Sign me up.
Yeah. You had Sam.
Yeah, Sam was in here
Sam
for a while.
was in.
Curtis.
Curtis. You had there was there was a streamer in too.
This one is Sam.
That was Sam. Oh yeah, that was Sam.
That was Sam.
He just switched to his different ID. Yep.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a slow night, in the chat, but like I said, it's a slow sports week. So tomorrow night's entertainment night.
We have no idea what we're doing. We know we'll see DJ Scoop at some point. I think it might just be a laid back, telling jokes, making people laugh type of night. So if you want to join in the fun on entertainment night, we'll probably start it around 9. Wednesday night is going to be a special live show. And then Friday night, movie night, you'll be seeing me, unfortunately, bearing my stomach, even though I look hideous as all hell. I got to keep my best friend happy. I'm going to do the Truffle Shuffle. Maybe I can buy her a dinner or something to get out of it. We'll see. Bribe her a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go.
Doubtful. She's really stingy.
Yeah, I think you're shuffling, dude. I don't think there's any way out of it.
I'm starting to feel kind of sick.
Okay.
I might need Friday off.
Yeah.
See, you hear my voice? I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, thanks for popping in tonight. We appreciate you. Everybody who was in the chat tonight. Thanks for your participation. We always have a blast. Sometimes you get a little off topic, but hey, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, that's what makes it more fun when you do it live, especially.
Exactly. And somebody, please, if you're watching this rewatching this on YouTube or Facebook or anything, we need one more follow. One more follow. And I know I keep on bugging about it, but I want to have that 300, man, because that's been our goal, and we've grown significantly since New Year's Eve, and we want to continue to grow, and that was our next threshold. So if you know somebody, turn them on to the page, share it, get them to follow us so that we can get over that hump and we can work our way to the next one.
Yep. And hopefully soon we might have answers what that message "see you soon" means too. I'm curious.
Yes. Yeah, I'm curious to see where that one goes also.
Well, going to get back to your one more follower. Hopefully we keep our 2 followers intact, and then if not, we'll need 3.
Well, I think your shuffle saves those 2.
Well, like I said, I got tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday to practice. So
okay, there you go.
I got this. I'm just gonna.
I got this. Got this.
How's that thing go? Man. We got this now.
You got this. You got this right now.
Good night.
Good night.